Holy frick, guys. Did you read those Xbox leaks? It's blowing my mind. I just found out that in a few years, Microsoft was planning on making a new Xbox, man. This is so unfair. People at Sony now they know that Microsoft is going to make a new console. They're not going to stop at the Xbox Series X. It's going to totally blow up their business plan, dude. And this might blow your mind. They might be making a new Elder Scrolls in 2 to 9 years. Holy fuck. I thought they were just gonna buy Bethesda and then not do anything with it. This is crazy, man. Phil Spencer must be steamed right now. That's a good name for the stream, too. Xbox leaks, call that Lies of P. It kind of works. Starfield DLC and remakes are important leaks. You and I disagree on important. Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, iron, important for sure. Remaking the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Sorry. So what I was gonna say is who the fuck cares? But obviously a lot of people do, but I don't. Starfield DLC. It would make me more likely to play Starfield for sure if they released DLC that cut about 80% of the content from the game. I don't know if they've ever done that before though. Maybe if they made the universe like a little smaller, I would check it out for myself. The universe as it is right now is too big. I don't see myself playing it. Would you play Starfield if it was the size of It's a Small World? You mean like approximately 8 minutes long? Yeah. It would make me more likely to play it, I think. Hey, I just finished a Bradley Rose cooldown ride where he said, I want you to be my little chestnut. I want to crack you open. Any thoughts? Yeah, Bradley Rose has some innuendos in his ride, for sure, in his rides. I don't know what you want me to say, though. I mean, I like Bradley Rose. He's a bit of a coin flip, but I think he's one of the instructors who occasionally has decent music taste. Like he's played one Stone Roses song in his entire tenure at Peloton. Okay, Tomo, you gotta get out of here, man. But do I think that he's flexing on the 50 plus ladies demographic? Yes, absolutely, and more power to him. Hey, Tomo, you gotta. Get the fuck out of here! Dude, I PR'd today chasing the goat and still lost by 100 kilojoules. What ride were you on? First ride today, there were a few people with me. Second ride, it was just me and DL Guiga, I think. Third ride, it was just me and DL Guiga. Fourth ride, I was pedaling into the ether all by my lonesome. It's okay. I understand how it is. Ben's 80s, what got into him? It was a tough ride. It's a tough ride, especially because in a rare show of restraint from Ben Aldis, he did not play AC/DC's Thunderstruck. Wait, you did a ride where you worked out with 10 friends? Well, I did a ride. I did the Dennis Morton 30-minute rush ride, and there were 22 options for people to ride with from the egg carton, but like literally 15 of them were mine. Like my own ride in the past. I came in second. There was somebody, I think their name was like Hustling for Hudson. They beat me by like 70 or something like that, which is crazy. But I beat all of my previous attempts on the rush ride. I gotta say, DL Guiga, credit to you. There's just no shot. It's not fair. You're not gonna beat me, a Canadian, on a 30-minute rush ride, okay? It's simply not going to happen. That's like, I know you're from Chicago. That's like me trying to beat you on like a 30-minute Kanye West ride. Oh, I mean, a 30-minute Billy Corgan ride. A 30-minute Chicago ride? Is Chicago from Chicago? Or is it like a Boston thing? Dave Matthews Band. That's true. American football. Did they do the Portlandia theme song? Thank you for asking. I did see that Aiden Ross is going to interview Kim Jong-un. I will be paying attention, obviously. because I would like to know the exact moment that World War III starts so that I can get the high ground, I guess. I don't know what's going to save me, but teleport me. No, I think it's a joke. Thoughts on the Mike Babcock situation? It's so funny. For anyone that's not familiar, Mike Babcock is an NHL coach. He got fired like 2 or 3 years ago, and it came out one of the reasons he got fired is for fostering a toxic culture, like asking rookies to publicly rate everybody else on the team based on their perceived level of effort in training and the games. Kind of a rough position to put like an 18-year-old kid in. Anyway, he got hired this summer by the Columbus Blue Jackets and just got fired before having even played a game. The allegation that turned out to be true, apparently, is that he was asking players for their phones, and then he would use like Apple AirPlay to look at all their photos to quote unquote see what kind of person they are in their home life. Which is crazy for one. And then it came out yesterday, the GM, so the guy who hired the coach, was like, yeah, maybe I should have known like not to hire him, because when we did the hiring process, he asked to see my phone to look through my photos and see what kind of a guy I am. And you're like, really? He did it to his boss too, and his boss was like, sure, no problem. It's just crazy. So you ever see I forget the name of it, but it's that insane Netflix true crime documentary where like in the 70s, this family, their daughter gets kidnapped by their neighbor, and then they phone call him and they're like, you know, hey, bring our daughter back. And they're like, sure. And he brings her back, and then he has an affair with the mom. And then they're interviewing the dad about it, and the dad is like, I'm ashamed to admit it, but, you know, in a moment of weakness, I had an affair with him as well. And you were like, really? The dude who kidnapped your daughter, both parents had an affair with him? Like, this is... But after the Mike Babcock stuff, now I get it.
P organs are the source of your powers.
So true, girl, so true.
The strength you need.
Oh, man. For free? P organs are the source of your strength. Use the P organ slots to activate your character's latent abilities. If you equip quartz in each of the slots in a single group, you can gain the group's synergy effect. Each time the synergy effects of two groups are activated, the next step is unlocked. You can get a greater variety of effects as you take your P organ to higher phases. Of course.
Here it is. The Nini works. Everything you see here belongs to the Nini. That's the classiest playboy and most brilliant inventor in Krot. Just ask him. Not just puppets. Almost every machine and tram in Krot is supplied from here. You gotta be curious about the guy. What kind of person is he? I wish we could find him. That is, if he's still kicking.
Why they gotta do stuff like this? Listen, I'm a gameplay Andy, okay? When it comes to games, gameplay is important to me, and tone is important to me. Hey, what the heck? But I could definitely do without the talking robot. Like without Claptrap that speaks into my earpiece. Take that back about Claptrap. I could just do in general without any quipping. I think we're kind of back to... Like, this is an environment, we have to be very careful, that could bring Zack Snyder back to the zeitgeist. People are getting so sick, and I would say deservedly so, of lighthearted, self-aware characters who quip nonstop. We're in serious danger of getting excited about like a Zack Snyder Green Lantern movie or something. Yeah, we need more sincerity and less detached irony. And it's hard for me to say that as somebody who, you know, grew up in the 90s, whose Facebook statuses said I'm fluent in sarcasm, etc., etc. We need more sincerity. Only millennials have an issue with irony poisoning? Nendroid, you must understand the irony, which is itself ironic. Because anytime I see your name in the chat, you're complaining about something. You got a problem with everything. You're going to tell me that only some people have a problem with something? Like you're not an authoritative source on the subject. Is this a Chuck Palahniuk novel? Because it's honestly like you seem like an unreliable narrator. He's already dead? I didn't mean it to be insulting. Like they meant it to be insulting. And I simply replied by observing their behavior and their track record of behavior in this chat. If you don't wish to be perceived, then say nothing. By the way, did you see, I saw there was a viral Twitter thread that was like, what's your favorite, what do you think is the funniest movie moment this year? Of course, everybody's posting moments. I'm not insulting them. They are funny. Chris Pine failing a critical role while being a bard and then just melting. That one's pretty good. But then the funniest comment that I saw is, it's a little bit older, so it may not qualify. But for me, the funniest moment in cinema is when, in The Whale, the pizza delivery guy gets disgusted when he discovers that his regular client who orders a pizza from him every single day is a big fat guy. I was like, it's a good point. He's like, wait a minute, right? The guy orders 2 pizzas from me every single night. And he opens the door and he's like, fat? You're like, of course. What do you think? Come on, man. The end of the movie's very funny too. I haven't seen the movie, but I have seen that scene many times. I think I gotta see it. I don't know. I'm not allergic to a movie that takes itself seriously, but I think that I might find something in there. Any advice for being bald? Listen. It's just something you do, okay? It's just, you don't need advice for it. There's no 10 life hacks for being bald. You just, you do it, and then you get used to it, and then you're okay. That's true. There is some advice. Put sunscreen on your head or wear a hat. Don't wear hats on Tinder, though. I honestly wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, just in general, I feel like if you were making an online dating profile, you shouldn't wear a hat in your profile photo because it's kind of like, you know, what are you hiding under there? I'm not even suggesting you're hiding baldness. I don't know. You might just have like a forehead tattoo or something like that for an online casino. Just be honest about it. It's just a haircut. It's so weird. This is, I say this with all sincerity, but with a limited amount of disrespect. Not no disrespect, but a limited amount of disrespect. I don't know if Corey's the same way. Corey and I have approached our baldness in different ways. But definitely, I'm on year 14, 15 of being bald. The worst part of being bald is that, like, not enough of you fuckers have gone bald yet. So I just keep getting the bald jokes, even though I've heard them since 2008. Like, it just never ends, man. Like, can you imagine getting hit with the same joke for almost the entirety of your adult life? It never stops being funny. It was, like, a little funny for, like, a couple months. But then you just keep meeting new people. That's the thing. You're like, eventually they'll get sick of it, but you meet someone new and they're like, hey, you don't have any hair. And you're like, I know. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to be like, that's the funniest joke I've ever heard in my entire life? It's Michael Scott energy. So that's, I don't know. I guess my advice for baldness is, like, practice your fake laugh for when people who can't handle your honest reaction hit you with the same bald joke you've heard like 500 times, tell it to you, and you have to hit him with the Ron DeSantis. The what? You know, when it takes him a second to realize that he's supposed to be laughing, and then he goes, and then, like, immediately stops. Hello.
Our daughter make me laugh real
Okay.
in the car. She said, "Mommy, I don't like that song.
Okay.
I want this song instead."
Well, it was because it should have been on Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So she should have been liking that song.
No, but she said no more of that.
She said no more Ghostbusters.
Then
Okay.
I said, "Okay, which song do you want?" And then she said, "It's a man that says hi." And I said, "Do you know the title of the song?"
It's a song where a man says hi.
And then she said, "I don't know the title of the song, but it's the song that goes hi and then hello."
Okay.
And I said, "Did you listen to it with Daddy yesterday?" And she said, "Yes."
Okay.
So I just pressed the back button, and then I was able to find the song.
What was
Do you
it?
have a guess?
I have no idea.
It goes, the man goes, hi,
Man goes hi,
hello,
hello,
and then goes,
and then goes meh, 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 meh. I have no idea what it is.
it was watermelon meow meow.
Watermelon meow meow? I don't know. What is watermelon meow meow?
And then I just pressed back button from the Ghostbusters, and it said, hello, hi, watermelon meow meow, hello, hi, watermelon meow meow. Like, she's right, the man does go, hello, hi. And I thought it was the funniest thing of all time.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one. Watermelon meow
No,
meow, huh?
she said she heard it with you yesterday.
She is an unreliable narrator. It is pretty amazing that she remembered it. I honestly, I gotta check that out when I pick her up today, because I don't think I'm familiar with it.
You're scared?
No, Miyazaki, get out of here. No corruption, please. No corruption. Don't take my ass back to the corrupted swamp. I'm blessed that my daughter allows me to listen to some music that I think is like half decent. But usually she hops in the car and then she's like, I don't want to listen to this. Play Ghostbusters instead. And then if there's something strange in my neighborhood, who you gonna call? And then if I ever say Ghostbusters, she goes, why are you singing my part?
She did that to me.
I know, it's like, you're not allowed to say Ghostbusters. You're only allowed to sing the Ray Parker Jr. part.
I know, it's like a blue ball in the song.
It's like the most annoying song to sing too, because it's just like, it's chanson. Serge Gainsbourg sings Ghostbusters. Or, yeah, 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 yeah. I know. When does he go, yeah, he?
It's almost at the end.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I think I didn't realize that. I think it actually, oh no, is about a guy who's in love with a ghost. Because he goes, in the bridge, one of the 17 bridges in the song, he goes, I ain't afraid of no ghost. And then as if speaking to another person, he goes, I heard he loves the ghost. And then he goes, I ain't afraid of no ghost. And then he goes, let me tell you something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Garbage ass song. I know I've said this before. I'm just going to keep saying it as we get closer to Halloween. Ghostbusters, they fucked up when they made the song. It has no business being 4 minutes and 40 seconds long. Like, when you think it's almost over, it's less than half over, which is madness. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. If there's something weird and it don't look good, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost. That's 40 seconds. There's 4 minutes left. They do the second verse. They run the chorus back, and then it's like 7 bridges where they just go ticka ticka doom ticka ticka doom ticka doom bucka dum. I heard he loves the ghost. Ticka ticka doom ticka ticka doom ticka doom dum dum. If you've had a dose of some freaky ghost, you better call. Like, it's just it's crazy that it's so long. I am kind of punk pilled. I mean, some songs deserve to be long. you know, as long as they need to be. Am I crazy? This weapon rinses my old one by infinity. And some songs, you know, they overstay their welcome. I'm not saying no song should ever be more than like a minute and a half long, but Ghostbusters should not be 5 minutes long. That's crazy. It only has, the song has one idea. I think I have to bring this to your attention. Ray Parker Jr. actually says, I think he loves the girls. Really? What does he mean? But like, is he talking about Slimer then? I ain't afraid of no ghost. Beep, boop, boop. I think he likes the girls. It's just a weird song. I'm a Monster Mash enjoyer. I'm not really a Ghostbusters guy. I still think it's so funny that when you start playing Ghostbusters on Spotify Shuffle, it plays Ghostbusters, and then the second song, it plays Ghostbusters. That's so good. It's like if you go see Aqua in concert. You know they're playing Barbie Girl twice. Dr. Jones' Erasure. Listen, they're definitely playing Dr. Jones, and they're definitely playing Cartoon Heroes. But they're playing Barbie Girl twice is all I'm saying. Thank you, by the way. Someone said most base thing NL does is skip dialogue every time. I appreciate that. I catch a lot of flack for like skipping dialogue. If I'm playing like a game that is narrative driven, I'll listen to the dialogue. If I'm playing David Cage's Detroit Human, or Detroit Become Human, I mean, that's what I'm there for, is to see what the heck got into him this time. But if I'm playing Bloodborne, I know I'm gonna walk up to an enemy, or an NPC, I should say. Every NPC is my enemy, though. And they're gonna go, hee hee hee, do you have this? You wouldn't happen to have this score for the football match, would you? It's all fruitless now. To reference that classic tweet. The more I listen to your takes on video game storytelling, the more I actually agree. It's called wisdom. It comes with age. It's called degrading? No, it's not, you drama queen. That's a little far. Degrading is like, put all your work boots or your respirator. Silly daddy, you kitty carpet. I had to pull a lot of strings to get him to hire an 8-year-old. Shock. When in shock, your character's stamina decreases. Decreases, sorry. Oh, it's called wisdom, is the thing. It's called wisdom. No wonder you don't read dialogue. Like, I don't mind being owned. That's why I love having Malf on the stream. It just has to make sense. All the dialogue in this is voice acted, okay? I don't listen to the dialogue. Reading got nothing to do with it. Do you know any other Ini Kamoz songs? No. I know the Hot Stepper. In general, like, you gotta keep in mind, when these songs were popular when I was a kid, the internet was essentially just Usenet for like dudes with gray goatees to yell at people under the age of 35. Like, there was no, like, you would hear a song on the radio and be like, oh, I gotta go check out all their other stuff, you know? If the song was good enough, you might go to HMV and then buy the album, and then the single would be like side 1, track 1. And then every other song would be completely different than the one that you bought the album for, and you would be like, what the hell? Not my ass buying the album from Sugar Ray that had Fly on it and finding out Sugar Ray was like a weird, like, skate ska band from Los Angeles. They weren't just, not every song was like a, all around the world, statues crumble for, okay, I don't get hit by that one. Thoughts on Jet? My personal opinion, one of the worst bands that's ever become famous. No disrespect to the proud nation of Australia. Famous. Jet was extremely famous. Are You Gonna Be My Girl was like, it was everywhere, man. There's that, you know, I know we're not giving Pitchfork that much credit these days. There's that review that they made of that Jet album, though, that's just a monkey pooping on his own balls. Nick, it's like a 0 out of 10. Oh, man. I haven't heard all their stuff. Why are they annoying? Well, I think it's like their best song is Are You Gonna Be My Girl, which is, in my opinion, not a good song. It's like a song that makes you want to, you know, like rent a car from Avis. And then, like, every other song they made was somehow even worse. That's just my 2 cents. You're entitled to like Jet if you like Jet. There's nothing wrong with it, but... Oh, really? There's a band, they sound just like Steely Dan. They're like a modern Steely Dan. Oh, I'd love to know them. Yeah. What's their name? I'm a Suck? Okay, yeah, that sounds legitimate. Okay. Cool, yeah, I can't wait to check out I'm a Suck. What's their first album called? Madik? Munch Makuchi? Favorite album of 2021? Probably, it's possible I didn't listen to a single album that came out in 2021. I'm going to say not applicable. Jubilee by Japanese Breakfast. Oh, I don't want to be here. You know what? I have listened to that. That's a great album. Bo Burnham's Inside. Great special, for sure. I would give that the certified Hood Classic seal of approval. What hood are you from? You don't even want to know, man. You don't want to. You probably couldn't. From where? You couldn't handle life in the 613. Let's just put it that way. Shit goes crazy in the 613. That's the Mac. Oh shit! You think you're from 613? Let me guess. You went to KCVI. Life was different out in the township. Okay. Out at KCVI, you'll be like, oh, let's go out for lunch. I want Thai food. Oh, let's go to Phnom Penh. Let's go to Cambodiana. Fuck you. We want lunch in the township. We're going to Siem Reap. Okay? Put your seatbelts on. I'm getting a number 6 golden chicken. It's crazy. I talk about where I'm from. People are like, I'm not from there. Why is this relevant? Then I go to your city. I'm like, hey, where's a good place to get a sandwich here? I'm in downtown. And they're like, oh, downtown? Take an Uber 55 minutes away to a grocery store that's off exit 71 on the highway. Dude, the chicken tender sandwich goes crazy. Anyway, Kingston's pretty cool. As far as like mid-sized cities in Ontario go. I've come to appreciate my hometown as I've gotten older. I think I've had my Ladybird arc where I was like, fuck this place sucks. And then I like moved away and I was like, every place is better than this place. And then I went back and I was like, you know what, this place is actually pretty nice. Turns out Sacramento ain't all that, but there's lots of worse places than San Francisco. Sacramento. Like almost every other city in California. Almost. Well, like San Francisco, I'm guessing, from having been to San Francisco, San Francisco clears Sacramento because there's things to do there. As much as it pains me, Los Angeles probably clears it as well. Maybe it's not fair. When I was in San Diego, listen, Canada is like 85% America, 15% Europe. Thank you to the librarian. I'm not trying to knock San Diego, okay? But they said what I was thinking, which is like, it always surprises me when you talk to Americans and they're like, this city's amazing, then you go there and you realize that you absolutely need a car. That's what blew me away. Was every other American city that I've ever been to that people were like, this is a world-class tourism destination. I've been like, you know, you might hop in a couple Ubers, but for the most part, you just take a train or like the bus to get around, or you walk. And then like when we went to San Diego and we were like trying to get the destinations that were like less than 2 or 3 miles away, the concierge at our hotel looked at us like we were insane. They were like, 3 miles? You can't walk that. You need to get a car. The problem is they were fucking right, because you can't walk on the freeway and they're like, there's no shade anywhere because the only trees that they got are like palm trees and stuff like that. So we rented like a Chevy Spark. It's like the whole city was designed just by the Hertz Corporation or something. Anywhere is walkable, you big babies? Nah, you don't understand. Go visit like New York City or like Vancouver. Like, you literally can walk anywhere, of course. You might get honked at, but then there's places like you could walk if you got shoes, but you know, you're gonna be walking like on a gravel shoulder next to 8 cars or 8 lanes of traffic that are all going freeway speeds with no shade whatsoever, no businesses to possibly frequent, nothing to see, etc., etc. It's just like islands of strip malls with 10 miles of road in between. And you're like, bro, this city's pretty good. There's a Jimmy John's here. Oh, you want to go to the Jamba Juice? The Jamba Juice is another 10 miles this way. If you just take a left on the I-17, and then there's a Pizza Hut over here if you're interested in pizza. You want to go to the Chick-fil-A? It's a 90-minute lineup in the drive-thru. I'm just saying, I was surprised. It's not, I mean, San Diego I still thought was like a pretty good place. I was just annoyed that at least where our hotel was, which was basically downtown, we still had to rent a car to get anywhere. However, I mean, when we went to Josh's wedding, and it wasn't in Pittsburgh, it was outside of Pittsburgh, but there was a Target across the street from our hotel, and you literally could not walk to the Target because the street that you had to cross was like 7 lanes of traffic traveling at freeway speeds with no sidewalks and no traffic light. So it's like to get from the hotel to the Target across the street, you had to get a ride, which is just unfathomable. I don't know, I guess maybe you could walk like maybe like a mile away from the Target, and then there might have been an intersection where you could cross. What non-English speaking band do you enjoy? Shoglu Tukumaru. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, who's the city pop guy who made Ride on Time? That album is a fucking slapper. You own me? I'm dead. Tatsuro Yamashita, thank you. Someone said not a guy. It's a fucking guy. His name is Tetsuro Yamashita. He said his name is Tetsuro Yamashita. And Serge Gainsbourg, Une Histoire du Melody Nelson. Probably, honestly, got some of the fattest bass lines ever made in music history. Verbal content of the album, a little problematic, but it doesn't matter to me because I don't speak French. So as far as I'm concerned, he's singing about a consenting relationship with someone that's over 18. Pretty sure if you speak French, that album is very scary. If you don't speak French, it's just a mélodie. Je sens des Dum. Have you ever seen the video of Serge Gainsbourg crying while smoking a cigarette and drinking hard alcohol? Well, a choir of children that have fake beards and fake cigarettes and fake whiskey are singing one of his songs in tribute to him. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Yeah, librarian will find it. Don't worry about it.
Ta jeunesse, à jamais, on est venu te dire qu'on t'aime bien. Et tes convocations n'y changent rien. Cigarette et whisky, on s'en fout bien. Nous c'est les mélodies qu'on aime bien. Ça ne peut être qu'un mot, et pour toi c'est pour toujours. L'âge de tes cheveux, les sillons de tes yeux ne pourront empêcher ta jeunesse à jamais.
It's an amazing video. I'm gonna regret this. Or maybe I won't. Wait, where's my pyromancer's flame? Just open the damn door. You genius. I'm the best, man. I did it. Oh. You never played Spellcasters? Bro, I played Sword and Board. Worth. Oh, I love iframes. I played Sword and Board, but with a Pyromancer's Flame. You think I don't put respect on my old pal Laurentius? And you never casted a single spell after that? Yeah, it's so true. People be like, oh, Elden Ring is my favorite game of all time. Walk into a room with the boss. Evil defeated. Wow, it's so good. The combat is so nuanced. It's really the perfect refinement of what Hayao Miyazaki has been working on for, you know, a decade plus as the project director for all of the Dark Souls games. -2, let people play how they want. That's what I'm saying. All these 99 int mages are getting up my ass for using a sword. By the way, this is crazy to me. First off, the person who said that originally replied and said, good point, my bad. I appreciate that. Secondly, you've changed your name. Your name used to be COXNIFFER. Cock Sniffer. Did Twitch make you change it to remove a letter in order to sound less overtly sexual? Hang on, they've replied. I was reported, Lamau. I had to change my name. That's so funny. Hey, did you guys see that there was that missing stealth fighter? And the dude, before he hit the ejection seat, he put the plane into autopilot? Oh, they found it. Okay, that's good. They found it in the mountains this morning. Did it land? Or did it crash? It crashed? Rip. Rip to our tax dollars. I believe that a pilot took it out for a flight and had to bail. But it's equipped with incredibly cutting-edge stealth technology. So after he ejected from the plane, it became borderline impossible to find it using like conventional reconnaissance methods. You can see how like a missing fighter jet might be like kind of a problem. He wants to be American so bad. Europeans, when I say something about America, they're like, shut up, you are American. Americans, when I say something about America, shut up, you're Canadian. That's basically French. Like, there's no winning, man. I didn't mean like someone was gonna get the fighter jet and like fly it. I just meant like, you know, what if the autopilot became sentient and then did like an aggressive maneuver towards a foreign government and like undermine the balance of power, geopolitically speaking? Like, that would be pretty bad too. That's the movie Stealth. That's what happens if Ask Jeeves gets a hold of the F-35 Raptor. Yeah, you're not supposed to stand there for that one. Hey, I thought of a bit last night about CAPTCHA. I saw someone talking about CAPTCHA. What if a robot accidentally clicked, I'm not a robot, but it was a robot, and then it couldn't unclick it? You know, maybe there's nothing there. That happens all the time. Robots are better at CAPTCHAs now. It just seems like... I get that there's something more complicated going on, but why can't a robot click the I'm not a robot button? It's not about the click, it measures mouse movement. I never knew that. I honestly thought it was like rendered in some kind of like JavaScript element that robots can't see. Like it had, you know how you could put like polarized lenses on and read like a secret message? I thought it was like robot eyes can't see this element of the screen. I didn't know how it worked because it seemed pretty stupid that a robot could like fill out an entire form but then like not hit a checkbox. So I figured there was some kind of, you know, some kind of chicanery going on. Didn't you study computer science? No, I studied software development. Computer scientists probably invented CAPTCHA. But like, if you're in computers, if you're in software development, all you do is like fucking import captcha.py. Kate was trying to tell me she watched a video about like quantum computers. And I don't think this is her fault. And I don't even think it's the video that she was watching. Like, I don't think it was their fault. I think quantum anything is just hard for the human brain to understand. Like, it's hard to make like a metaphor or an analogy that makes quantum anything make sense. Like, guys, she was asking me, like, why does Schrodinger's cat make sense? Like, what do they mean that it's in a state of, like, neither living nor dead until you open the box and observe it? Like, it's either living or dead. And I was like, I know, but we're supposed to pretend that it doesn't. That's not how it works. Schrodinger's cat was made up to show how ridiculous it is. Bro, Malv, are you here? No, you're playing Baldur's Gate 3, so you're probably indisposed right now. Our 12th grade physics teacher was really good, but she fucking lied to us on that one. She definitely told us that Schrodinger's cat was like illustrative of how quantum mechanics works or something. But anyway, she was explaining it to me. She was like, the guy said, like, right now, something that's computationally difficult is like calculating the optimum route to take to a destination. So like, beautiful. Right now, like, when you tell your computer, like, hey, figure out the best way for me to get from my current position to the grocery store, it calculates like a million different possible routes and chooses the best one. But with a quantum computer, it wouldn't waste all of its time calculating anything but the best one. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. How could it only calculate the best one? That's roughly true. What does it mean, Basil? It does all the calculations at the same time. Does all the calculations at the same time. It calculates so many at once. So like, I wouldn't say it's my problem with quantum computing, because like, what do I know to begin with? But like, what annoys me about it is I feel like there's all these like extremely rich thought experiments, and then we're like, well, what are the practical implications at the end of the day? And it's always like, it'll do the same shit that computers do right now, but like faster. And also, none of the encryption that the internet has run on for the past like 40 years will work anymore. I don't know, man. It seems like the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It's crazy no quantum computer can tell the difference between a Radiohead song and a Muse song. Well, human beings can, because if it's good, it's a Radiohead song. And if it's bad, it's a Muse song, or it's Fitter Happier by Radiohead. I like Muse, but I also like Jet. Listen. It's okay. It doesn't matter. People get so offended when I insult a band that they like. I didn't even insult them. Meanwhile, literally everything that I say on stream, people are just like, bad take. Idiot. Bro has never worked a real job in his life. You have hidden talent. Emoji, emoji. Let's keep it hidden. Emojis, just like nonstop personal attacks. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't like Jet. People are like, how dare you? I enjoyed the iPad commercial their song was in 2010. How could you? That was one of my favorite commercials. Yeah, well, we're not the same, are we? Because my favorite commercial is, let's pretend we don't exist. Let's go to Outback tonight.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, cause you'll forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Like we'll still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Don't remind me of that, please. Why? You don't like seeing Of Montreal get the bag from Outback Steakhouse? I dream of bloke-sized lagers. Let's forget we ordered bloomin' onions now. Let's order 2 appetizers. I'll get the bloke-sized cactus fries. You'll get the bloomin' onion burger. Let's pretend we don't exist. Let's go to Outback tonight. Did you find out about Of Montreal from Indie Rock Cafe? God is my witness. I don't know what Indie Rock Cafe is. It sounds like a 8-minute weekly show on CISO. I could be wrong, but I could be right. I found out about them. Well, it's a long story, okay? It starts with me buying Good News for People Who Love Bad News because I liked hearing Float On Much Music. And then, after buying the album, I was like, whoa, this might be the best album of all time. And then I Googled Good News for People Who Love Bad News reviews. Top result, Pitchfork Media. And what the hell? They gave it like a 7.8? These fucking snobs. Oh, you think it's a 7.8, huh? Well, what do you think is a 10? Music Has the Right to Children by Boards of Canada. Yeah, let's see how much this sucks. And then, an hour later, and I'm like openly weeping. And I'm like, okay, maybe they got it all figured out. That's how I found out about Of Montreal, okay? A long and circuitous route. Pitchfork was right. Yeah, probably. I mean, like, Good News for People Who Love Bad News. I think a 7.8 is pretty fair, honestly. Pitchfork is never right. They've been right, okay? They've been right. They've been right from time to time. What did they give Merriweather Post Pavilion? I believe they gave it a 9.8 or a 9.4. Something good. By the way, DL Guiga, you didn't join me on my Emma Lovewell Low Impact ride today? Last song in the Low Impact ride. There isn't much that I feel I need. A solid soul and a blank, blank blue. First good song in Peloton history. Peloton has finally beaten the we don't play any good music allegations. I was out of the saddle. I mean, you can do it for yourself. They clap in the song. The cadence is like 66. There isn't much that I feel I need. They play some of my brother's stuff? Oh, well, he's probably Is your brother the Dave Matthews Band? Drake's brother in the chat? Holy, dude. I've got a full streamer brain now. I can't type without saying it out loud, and it makes me sound so fucking stupid. So that's like what Apollo, I gave him the code for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre lobby, and as he was typing it in, he literally said every character out loud in sequence. Oh, man. Nothing will beat Mouth making the password his username. Listen, I'm not saying anything, okay? I'm not saying anything. But when Malv joined the game and his name was like 7726 or something like that, I was like, what happened to this guy? Wake up, honey. They made a Diablo-style roguelite game. It's the Binding of Isaac meets Diablo meets Gauntlet Legends, but this time the wizard does not require more Vespian gas. We're playing Ravenswatch again. Thank you to Nakon for the sponsorship. I believe they're a French company. It might be Nasson, in which case I probably made myself sound quite derelict when I mispronounced it to begin with. Check this out, okay? They just had an update come out. It's Storm Island, the shores of Storm Island. It has added a second map to the game. You may have seen us play the map. Me, Mouth, and Sips played a while. I played a little bit of this solo earlier in the year around like April. They added a new character, and as we're talking about the lies of P here, do you know who the character that they added is? His name is Geppetto. What are the odds, man? Talent. Special hit applies vulnerable to all enemies or attack has a 25% chance to cleave. We go cleave. I'm a simple man. You give me the choice to play anti-mage or Kunkka, I'm playing Kunkka. That one's for you, librarian. That's what's known in the business as a Dota reference. I love the Dota references. I'm a bit of a Dota novice. I only have 700 hours lifetime. And all of it took place over the course of 2 summers between 2012 and 2014. But I know enough to get myself in trouble. You just gotta get... It's all about mashing the buttons at the right time. See, like, that was the wrong time. I'm a little embarrassed by my performance here. But I thought, honestly, I was like Ursa in a jungle creep camp. Like, I thought I was unkillable here. But I guess I haven't activated my, my Heart of Tarask yet. 2 references. Oh, yes. What can I say? If there's one thing NL knows, it's Dota. Can you say the girl texted me the frick back? I go back and forth on whether it's the funniest video from that character is the girl texted me the frick back, or I've been on an elegant walk in the town where the company set up my internship. I've been in a hotel, something, good sleep, and a buffet for dinner. Hey, this is a genuine question for you. I apologize during the sponsored segment for bringing up ventriloquy and not talking about Jeff Dunham for once. But how do you throw your voice? How do you make it sound like your voice is coming from somewhere else? When I was a kid, people were always talking about, like, oh, this guy is really talented. He can throw his voice. I feel like is this like how everybody thought David Blaine could really levitate until someone looked at him from a different angle and just saw that his other foot was still on the ground? Is this not a real thing? Like, was this entirely made up? Wait, spoilers? Oh no, you didn't think David Blaine was actually supernatural, did you? According to WikiHow, you just sort of trap your voice in your throat. Hello, hello, help me, help me. I can't talk to you yet. Hello. Oh, come over here. Was that good? Like, does that sound like there's somebody off stream? Where's that coming from? Let me out! Let me out! Did you see Ludwig ratio your tweet? Yeah, but being famous, that's not a legitimate ratio, in my opinion. Ludwig is like at least 5 times more famous than me, so a true ratio from Ludwig would need to be proportional to his follower count. He would need to at least 5x. It was for this very sponsored stream? What did I do to deserve that? What did he say? Listen, I'm just saying, if you put me and Ludwig in the same era, I'm taking LeBron. It's that simple. Quite frankly, I'm not sure I trust anybody who says otherwise. He says he likes the game! The streamer texted me the frick back! You said he didn't text because he was away at a retreat because he plays professionally the viola instrument. I said, I'll promise you this. If you check my mathematical calculation, I think you'll find the mathematic is right every time. Funny guy. Honestly, I like it because it brings me back to millennial humor. Like, Gen Z is finally interfacing with millennial humor against their will. Millennial humor is just quoting funny things. And that's exactly what this era of popularity has brought us back to. I don't think I'm ready for the grimoire. I think we got to do that next day. NL, would you ever purchase a stethoscope? I'll have you know, I already own 2 toy stethoscopes because my daughter keeps getting them for, like, presents. One of the most popular presents you can get for a child is a simulated doctor's bag so that they can give their stuffed animals doctor's appointments. So I haven't been able to go to a real doctor in quite some time. But I do be getting my temperature checked by a thermometer that doesn't work at least 3 to 4 times a week. Kate will vouch for that one for sure. Get the heck out of town. Almost got caught up in the crossfire like it's a 90s board game. Commercials that go hard, no doubt about it. +2 for the crossfire mention. +2 for the you'll get caught up in the crossfire. I know what you're talking about. Crossfire!
It's the ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught up in the crossfire. 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 You'll get caught up in it.
90s was kind of a goated time for advertising, if I may say so myself. Like in 90s ads, it would be for like a board game that's basically Pong. And if you beat someone, they would spiral into outer space at 900 RPMs. Every ad on TV in 2024 is just going to be like 5 friends having fun. Makes me sick. You get a board game like 13 Dead End Drive, they show an old lady getting their head caved in by a grandfather clock falling over. Nowadays, every ad is just like a 55-year-old dude looking out the window of his truck going like, ask your doctor about this. Thoughts on Dan going back on TV? People have been in my chat saying Dan's trending on Twitter today. Thoughts on Dan going on like some show? Is anything like confirmed? Is anything shouted out? Or is it all speculation from the Big Brother stands out there? Because I couldn't take it if this was a one guy situation. He's going on Amazing Race with Julie Chen as his partner. I think Dan would do great on the Amazing Race. I also think you made that up, but it, you know, just things you would love to see though. Oh! Well, we're riding on an emotional high. Exclamation point Ravenswatch. You can defeat the boss. The boss is not undefeatable, I promise. I would like to continue to see the shores of Storm Island, which is the new content that has just made it out earlier this month in Ravenswatch. It's available now. Check it out for yourself. I've never seen this before. I'm very scared, though. Guys, pretty soon we're going to have to fight Duriel. I need your tips. That weird slug in the Valley of the Kings. He's very annoying for me as far as bosses go, okay? So I need your help. I always think that my build is great, and then Duriel goes sicko mode on me, all right? So as George Harrison said, don't let me down. Now that I think about it, I'm like 100% confident that is a John Lennon track, and that's okay. Do we get a reward for helping? You get the feeling of having done a good deed. I do not need the 3 funky digits on the back of your credit card, okay? I have the 3 funky digits on the back of my own credit card. By the way, can I tell you something? And I'm going to get shirred on this, and that's okay. I would probably share it if someone else said it, whether I thought they were telling the truth or not. I am a noted good deed doer. Let me plead my case, okay? The first case I'm pleading is when I found that lost cell phone on the ground. I stayed with it until the owner came back, and I was trying to like figure out how I could possibly get Siri to like text their mom to give it back, even though it was in a different language that I do not understand. That's a good thing to do, okay? I was at the park. I just ulted the chest. I was at the park. There was one other family there. It was 2 moms and their kid. When they left, I didn't notice this until they got in their SUV and drove away. They left their backpack, which also had like the kid's lunch bag in it. And I went over to it and I was like, honey, we could do like a good deed today. I'm sure that probably they have like their information on the bag, we can like text them and be like, hey, come back to the park. You left your bag here. So not me, like, looking a little sus, going into the backpack, unzipping like every single pouch, seeing like all sorts of like the kids' water bottle and stuff like that. But they made a class, and I understand how it goes, but they made a classic parental mistake. They did not include any contact information on the backpack, so I was unable to return it to them. I stayed at the park for like another 20 minutes, but after that we just had to go. So like, I don't know. I hope they figured it out. I kind of thought they would turn around in like a minute and be like, you know, because we've had this situation before. You brought the backpack, right? No, I thought you had the backpack. I thought you were in charge. You're always the person in charge of the backpack, you know? But they did not return. I get it though. You don't want to put your contact information on the backpack because you're like, that's a waste of like a little bit of pen ink, and I'm not going to lose it anyway. I never lose things. Well, maybe lesson learned for next time. That's why I sew my name into my underwear, just in case they fall off. Double stitch on the waist of your pants. Yes, Pharaoh, the Hudsucker proxy. Mr. Vendetti's such a nice man. I'm going to give him the double stitch for free. The egg is on fire. Me when I make one good joke in a row. Get owned. Get so owned. You're owned. Galarian Moltres. I'm bigger than you. I'm higher on the food chain. Get in my Pokeball. What if Fat Bastard... What if they made an Austin Powers like the year after Pokemon Go came out and Fat Bastard was dressed like a Pokemon trainer? Fat Bastard, you've lost weight. It's the Pokemon Go. I've been catching these little... I can't... Sorry. But what if, man? What if? Think about it. It turns out it's like really easy to write an Austin Powers themed joke, which is probably why everything Mike Myers has ever made is basically just Austin Powers in different packaging. Shelf decor era been kind of pogged up. Yeah, I got big plans that are not going to come to fruition. Like, one of my big plans is like, imagine if I change the decorations seasonally. Let's be honest, that's not going to come to pass. But right now I'm like, oh, I could have like a little mini pumpkin on there to signify to the audience that it's fall. And I don't know, maybe like a bunch of dried flowers or something like that. Something very fall energy. And then in the winter time, I don't know, like a little Christmas tree or something like that. Do you not decorate your house for each season? We never used to. But this is kind of like this is a more permanent housing solution for us. So I think I'm interested in the idea of it. Like the reason I tweeted about like we bought a leaf blower, but I don't know what to do with the dang leaves. By the way, thank you for explaining to me that you blow the leaves onto a tarp and then use the tarp to put the leaves into the compost. That was very helpful. I still need to get a tarp, but it's on the list of things to do. I honestly thought that people just blew them into like off of their property, and then at that point, like, you can't blame me. It's the wind's fault, right? It's not. Someone replied and said like, you have no moral obligation to do leaf blowing. Like, it's just some HOAs are like wilding out. I was like, no, you don't understand. It's not like I'm worried that an HOA is going to be like, you're going to get sanctioned or whatever. So I want my place to look nice. And, you know, if you don't want to spend your own time leaf blowing, trust me, I get it. But I'm like, I'm taking pride in my domicile right now. I might be able to hit Alt, do the Grimoire, and then spawn on the boss. I think it may be possible. I mean, we're literally ruining that dude's life. Like, his friend with the lantern just stood around. We're now eating enemies alive. Single spider doesn't even bother me anymore. I'll go lifesteal. This is how you know the enemy Ursa got fed. Bro, you let the Ursa jungle uninterrupted for like 8 minutes. They had a Hand of Midas. They had Mask of Madness. They had Aghanim's Scepter. Where's our Necromorph, dude? Necromorph, you're supposed to stop their Ursa from getting so fed. Who is Necromorph? I mean, Lifestealer. Life Stealer can't stop Ursa. Maybe your Life Stealer can't. Mine can. Because I'm friends with some people who are really good at Dota. Morphling? There's no Life Stealer anymore? Nas was right, man. They say the game ain't the same. Who? Nas. Nas isn't a Dota character. He's a rapper. Rap, hip-hop music, rhythmic vibrations of air produced as a form of art in human culture. Air, the medium through which we transmit. And let's just stop it right there. You get the joke. There was some good stuff in there. There was some not so good stuff. It's all good. By the way, I gotta say, I've been saying some negative things about the movie Meet the Fockers. I finally finished my 25th walkthrough of Meet the Parents last night, which allowed me to finally delve back into Meet the Fockers for the first time since 2005, probably, when I saw it after its original release. I did not go see that in theaters. Now, it definitely has the problems of a comedy sequel, where in the original movie they made jokes, and then the comedy sequel is all like, remember when we made those jokes? Remember that Ben Stiller's name is Gaylord Fokker? Remember when Ben Stiller found himself in the circle of trust? You know, it's that part of it is pretty not good. But I do like near the start of the movie when Ben Stiller are in the Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro are in the RV, and then Ben Stiller is driving and Robert De Niro comes up at like 2 in the morning and is like, "Hey Greg, do you want a cappuccino?" And he says, "Oh no, it's okay, I don't need one." And he says, "No, it's no problem, I'll go make one for you." And then he goes, "Okay, sure, I'd love a cappuccino." And then Robert De Niro goes, "Dina! Wake up and get Greg a cappuccino! Step on it!" Oh, man. But he's just joking. Like, he said the cabin was completely soundproof. Best Robert De Niro movie? I probably have to say Meet the Fockers. But just to be fair, I haven't seen Lil Fockers yet. But Meet the Fockers, it's got some pretty good moments. How funny is it that, like, of the actors who were, like, really, really famous in the 1970s, like at the top of their crafts, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro finally had their diner scene in Heat, right? But then Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro didn't star opposite each other in a film until Meet the Fockers. Like, that's so funny. I mean, if we're talking good movies, I mean, Heat's up there, but Meet the Fockers, I mean, there's just something. It's harder to make a good comedy than it is to make anything else in the modern day. So I got to put some respect on Jay Roach. Stop doing the attack that makes it impossible for me to get there, please. I'm munching again. Olivia Munch. Boy, I sure hope she does. You think Olivia Munn and Olivia Wilde ever hung out? People might take offense to this, or they might take issue with this. I try not to believe those stories sight unseen that always show up on Reddit that are like, hey, what celebrity do you know in real life? Maybe you've served them or something like that. That's like a horrible person. For a couple of reasons. One, there's an element of source, dude, just trust me. Two, you know, anybody can have a bad day now and then. I'm not saying you should ever treat anybody badly. But, you know, like, you might find a situation where you're, like, a little curt with service staff or something like that just because you had a stressful day. And then for the rest of your life, people are like, hey, did you know that, you know, one time Meryl Streep didn't tip her waitress at Dorsia? That being said, I did read one of those threads. And someone said, Olivia Wilde is the worst patron our restaurant has ever had. She came in with her friend like 15 minutes after close and ordered a bunch of like really complicated stuff off the menu and was very loud the entire time and then left a horrible tip. And maybe it says something about me, but I was like 100%, I believe that. Again, keeping myself honest, I have absolutely nothing. I have no fact to back that up whatsoever. But when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that checks out. This post was made by Jason Sudeikis. This post was fact-checked by real Ted Lasso patriots. That was just a very cursed spawn for me. I was like when you wake up to someone yelling. Mouth's here? Hello, Mouth? Mouth, Mouth, did you know that Schrodinger's cat is a lie? NL, that's not what we said. That's basically verbatim what I was told. Did you ever hear that Jason Sudeikis lied down in the front seat of his car while he was having an argument with Olivia Munn? What's the context here? Like he lied down, like he was like, this fight is going to take forever, so I'm just going to recline the seat? Because I can kind of support that. Sorry, Olivia Wilde, not Olivia Munn. Sorry, Olivia Wilde. No, he laid down in the driveway in front of the car. Well, I just feel bad for him then. That's a rough situation. I'm sure he was going through it. I thought he was having an argument with Olivia Wilde in his car, and then he said this is going to take forever, so he reclined the seat back to be like, I might as well at least relax while I'm fighting. My special is my bomb. I was very incorrect about how this was going to go down. My mistake. My mistake. Average person at yoga, namaste. Me at yoga. My mistake. My mistake. Sorry, my mistake. It's the most boomer joke like I've ever heard. That would go crazy in like a 1990s funny section of the newspaper. That's like a certified Dave Barry hood classic right there. Hey, librarian, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Much appreciated, much appreciated. You like the yoga joke, huh? Note to self, they love the yoga jokes, don't they, folks? Listen, I don't want to get involved in the Roman Empire discourse, okay? I know everybody's having a good time talking about how much they talk about the Roman Empire. I personally, or how much they think about the Roman Empire, I probably think about something related to the Roman Empire like once a week. Certainly not every day. I do make that joke about Byzantium all the time. Well, I didn't really get caught up in the discourse. I was just, you know... I purposely avoid Roman history in the Second World War so I don't turn into that guy. I mean, I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of for being interested in any kind of history. I'm certainly not going to be ashamed about being interested in the history of the Second World War, because that stuff is basically still in living memory. Oh, studying the Second World War is so unbased. You should really study something like the way they made pots in ancient Mesopotamia instead. You mean a Republican? Yeah. Okay, why are we all pretending we didn't watch the Shane Gillis special, okay? We all saw it.
I'm a bit of a history buff, which, by the way, that is early onset Republican. It's a very serious warning sign. If you're a white dude in your 20s and 30s and you're like, I can't stop reading about World War II, it's coming, bro. You might not be Republican right now. You might be young and cool and liberal. Probably think you're safe, dude. You're not. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You think your dad wanted to be Republican? You think he got out of high school and he was like, all right, now it's time to be a prick about everything. No, dude, it takes time.
I saw him live last week. We all saw the Shane Gillis special. We all gotta pretend it wasn't the funniest stand-up comedy special released this year because he's Joe Rogan adjacent. Listen, I don't like it either, but it definitely kicked the pants off the other stand-up specials that I've seen this year. I've never even heard his name. He's the Hannah Gadsby of Dane Cooks. He is indeed the dude who got kicked off Saturday Night Live. He's like the 7th best special I saw this year. Okay, don't be shy. Listen, Baby J's up there as well, don't get me wrong. But I thought Beautiful Dogs was pretty funny. Your taste is a -2? You said you haven't even seen it. How would you know? All I'm saying is, so like I stand up is probably like one of 3 things I try to watch on Netflix from time to time. I get through about, like fully, I get through less than 1 in 8 specials that comes out on Netflix at the very least. The ratio used to be better, but like everything on Netflix, there's been like a degradation in quality. I think I've finished 2 this year. I even, like, I listen, I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm not saying I could do it any better, okay? I said no! I said some positive things about the last Michelle Wolf special, and I did enjoy it. And then I watched the new Michelle Wolf special. It's 3 one-hour-long episodes, which is quite audacious. I got through like 19 minutes, and I went, I'm sorry. I just can't keep it going. And then, see, listen, Kitty Crusade, I'm not trying to throw shade at you. I see that you got Michelle Wolf in your top 6 there. I'm not putting the Michelle Wolf special over Beautiful Dogs. That's all I'm saying. Now, Mae Martin, I may watch. I also saw Adam Sandler live, which is the worst stand-up I've ever seen out of like 50 or so shows. That pains me, unfortunately. I think in my head, Adam Sandler, pardon me, Adam Sandler is funny, but he makes bad movies. Finding out that his stand-up was not enjoyable and perhaps the worst you've ever seen was, I mean, that's you've broken my heart a little bit. But you're speaking from a place of authority that I am not. So I do need to figure out how not to take so much damage, though. That's a given. See, that time I dodged it. That's not. Oh, I'm gonna die! Never mind. I'm fine. I'm fine. You guys are scared. Oh, it's like embarrassing. Honestly, part of being an adult man is never showing fear at anything. I'm not scared of anything, man.
It's all gone now.
Oh, what the hell is this?
What is wrong with you?
I've never seen this before.
That scared me, dude. Oh my gosh. Where are you?
I don't know, man. There's a dang old silverfish down here.
Oh, those things are annoying. Kill them.
Oh my god.
That was horrible. I got adrenaline running right now, dude.
I'm so sorry. Dang old silverfish. I've never really been scared of bugs, but I've definitely had to become much more bug-pilled. Because whenever we get bugs in the house, I'm going to need some guys to back me up here, okay? If you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, just keep your mouth shut, thus giving the appearance that the consensus agrees with me. When my wife sees a bug, her reaction, if it's in the house at least, her reaction is like a shriek kind of scream that I have only ever heard elsewhere in the movie Hereditary when, you know, Toni Collette makes the sound heard round the world, okay? It always, I don't know if it's built into the brain, but the ferocity of the scream immediately activates like my fight or flight system. And then when I realize the relative banality of the problem, I find myself perturbed, perhaps would be the best way to put it. Because it feels like it's a boy who cried wolf type situation. That's the truest thing you've ever said. Let's go. And nobody else said anything, but I appreciate it. Like, you ever hear the flight recordings from Apollo 13? They're literally like up to their ears in carbon dioxide, and they're like, Houston, we can't breathe. Carbon dioxide levels are approaching critical. We'll lose consciousness soon. Over.
Go ahead, Econ. Okay. If we want to keep my...
Okay, Houston, are you still reading 13?
Stand by.
That's affirmative. We're reading you. We're trying to come up with some good ideas here for you.
Okay, now let's everybody keep cool. We got the limb still attached. The limb spacecraft's good, so if we need to get back home, we got a limb to do a good portion of it with. Okay, let's make sure that we don't do anything that's going to blow our CSM electrical power with the batteries, or that will cause us to lose the main or the fuel cell number 2.
And Houston is like, okay, Jim, give us a second. And then there's complete radio silence for like a minute and a half. And then they're like, okay, Jim, how you doing up there? He's like, we're doing okay, Houston. We're just waiting on a plant. Like, they're so calm, cool, and collected in a nightmarish situation. I feel like we need some of that energy when there's bugs in our house. We should be like, there is a bug here. And I would say, okay, no problem. Let's go get it. Instead, like my lizard brain, like my cerebellum goes from 0 to 100 like immediately. And I'm like, what is it? Like, is there an emergency? And it's like, there's a spider on the floor. And I'm like, okay, don't worry, I got it. There's no need to get everybody riled up. Have you ever seen the Morse code recordings from the Titanic? I have not. I know I've said this before. Why didn't the dude just dodge the iceberg? It's also crazy, like, Kate was watching Titanic. I watched a little bit of it. It's so funny that, like, in my head... Sorry, let me pause for a second here. In my head, when the captain, like, hits the engine, literally just like an engine in the basement goes like vroom, for like when you press the gas pedal on your car, right? The car just speeds up. But then the captain is like, let's take her out to sea. And he slams down like the thing that relays the instruction from the bridge to the engine room. And then like 17 different gears turn in the engine room and go like, and then these things start going, then it goes down like one more room and there's like 100 dudes shoveling coal. They're like, this is what they paid for, lads, go. Honest question. That's not what it's like anymore, right? Like when the captain of the Disney Wonder wants the boat to go faster, he just pushes like the gas pedal, right? And then the engine goes like it uses more fuel, I imagine. But it's not like there's no dudes in the engine room, right? Because those guys look like they had a pretty hard job. But like, why were they doing that back? Like, what? And I'm not saying this is not like a conspiracy theory, like, oh, you actually believe Titanic went down like that? Rather, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, what invention allowed them to not have dudes in the engine room shoveling coal into the engines every time the captain wanted to go faster? Oil? That makes a lot of sense. Bitcoin. Did you think they still use coal? No, but I guess I didn't really think about the fact that, like, with oil, you can just pump it, you know? Instead of, like, coal, you gotta actually physically move it because it's a solid. They use bunker fuel? It's pretty bad. No, they cleaned it up recently. I don't know if you read the periodicals. It's kind of still like that. Okay, but not the dudes in the engine room, though, right? Like that... Like the bridge has something that they turn, which relays an instruction to like the helmsmister, or you know, they're all it's steeped in tradition, is what I'm trying to say. And the shovels are bigger. The shovels are powered by Web 3. I mean, the more you know. I know this is like the most common. Well, I got a couple of things to say about Titanic. Okay, first off, I hadn't seen the movie since like 1997 when I was a little kid. So I kind of thought Titanic was like a boring pseudo period piece that was like James Cameron being like, it's his love letter to the Titanic, but also it's like James Cameron being like, check it out, I own submarines. It's a lively picture, bro. It's a rich character study that also happens to be all the other things that I mentioned that maybe are more worthy of derision and parody. But if you haven't seen Titanic in like 10 years, it still rips, man. Like, that is not like a misstep in the James Cameron catalog. Now, is it Terminator 2 Judgment Day? No, it's not Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but only one film is. and that's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Also, I know this is a very base level criticism of Titanic, but it is crazy how Rose was married to a dude for like 90 years, but then like at the end of the movie, she's like in love with Jack again, and you're like, really? Like you go to heaven, you see Jack? Like, what about your husband? I hope you at least told him, like, well, you were still alive. That's like, this is only till death do us part. Because as soon as we get to heaven, it's me and Leo again. I would want to know. Like, it's their relationship. It's not my relationship. So, like, I don't know what they're doing, but it's up to them. I just hope they've talked about it. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't worry, her husband laid down in the front seat. I think it's a power move, quite frankly. I'm going to use a feather. Josh Hartnett in 40 Days, 40 Nights be like, you know what I'm talking about? Anyone remember Josh Hartnett, Shannon Sossamon? I feel like that's a Katherine Heigl joint as well. No, we don't. Well, it's a movie where, for Lent, Josh Hartnett gives up any form of carnal release. Anyway, it's a long... we don't even really need to get into it. It's a product of its time. Wasn't even that good to begin with. It is a good movie. It's... you're half right. It's a movie that they made. There are good things about it. It was probably a union picture. Probably paid some mortgages for a while. Honestly, you're not wrong. There was a period in the 2000s where you could put Shannon Sossamon and Josh Hartnett in anything, and it was good for at least 40 mil at the box office. Listen, I'm not saying it's crossing 100, but 40, that's definitely doable. I remember, dude, 40 Days and 40 Nights lives rent-free in my head. Because I remember, like, in the 8th grade when it came out, like, my 3 best friends took their 3 girlfriends to see it. And I felt so left out. But I didn't have a girlfriend to go with me. So I was like, I can't go see this movie that looks fucking awesome. And as a student of cinema, I feel like that was a real missed opportunity for me to see it. I mean, they always say with 40 Days and 40 Nights, they're like... You know, if you don't see it in the theater, don't even bother. Because, like, you know, it just doesn't play the same way on a home theater screen at home. I thought you were talking about 30 Days of Night. Now that I think about it, it is kind of crazy that there is 30 Days of Night and 40 Days and 40 Nights, both of which star Josh Hartnett. He loves doing movies that are titled... a unit of time, and it's like approximately 1 month. He's in 8 Crazy Nights. I don't know if he's in 8 Crazy Nights. He might be. Adam Sandler's definitely in that one. Don't Tell Kitty Crusade. 60 Seconds or Less. So Close. That's Jesse Eisenberg. That's 30 minutes or less now that I think about it. Around the World in 80 Days, So Close, that's Jackie Chan. 1 Hour Photo, So Close, Robin Williams. 30 Seconds to Mars, that's Jared Leto. Lucky Number 7. True, that is Josh Hartnett, but 7 is not a unit of time. Can I name any movie and you'll have a knowledge of it? No, it has to be from approximately 1992 to about 2010. But anything in that era, there's a good chance I will know one actor in it. Name a Spirited Away actor? Okay, listen. I meant real movies with real actors, not cartoons, okay? Now, is it on my top 10 favorite movies of all time? It's probably up there. Is it legitimate cinema? I'd have to say no. Sorry for speaking the truth. Define cinema? Define comedy. Oh wait, you can't. because you guys got my favorite show canceled, the damn Drew Barrymore show. It's the only thing that brought any light to my gray world. Now all of a sudden I can't watch it because she's using scab caterers and craft services. Make it make sense, bro. What's your favorite episode of the Drew Barrymore show? I'm gonna say Ozymandias. I know you're like, oh, I wanted to say Ozymandias, but like, I mean, I just gotta be true to myself. Isn't that from the Santa Clarita Diet? It's a common point of confusion. A lot of shows have had episodes named Ozymandias. It's like, it's a really common name. Why don't you just choose a common name? Muhammad's the most common name on the planet. Read a book sometime. Oh, man. Super bad. That's a classic. That is. If you haven't seen that one, now that's cinema. Name the actor from the movies, the Charlie's Angels movies, who played the creepy guy who cut off the girl's hair and ate it. Bro, that's not even a hard question. That's Crispin Glover. From Back to the Future, from Willard, from other movies probably. Friday the 13th, Part 3. Sure, exactly. From Hot Tub Time Machine, right? From one of the movies of all time that made me cry. I mean, you can get me, don't get me wrong. You're not going to get me on Crispin Glover, though. What do you think is the most annoying group of animals? I don't mean like in a group. I mean like, listen, we were driving home the other night. I saw a raccoon. Well, really, Kate saw a raccoon. And she said, yuck, raccoon. And I was like, you know what? Mammals are kind of sick with it. Unless I was in danger of being preyed upon by like a wolf or something, I'm never going to be upset to see a mammal outside. They're usually kind of cute, they're furry. A lot of them are like big versions of pets that we keep at home. They got that going for them, which is nice. It's true. Rodents are pretty low on the mammal list as far as things I'd like to see near my domicile. I don't know, see, I would have to say you don't see them in public all that often. But all those super weird deep sea creatures, like tube worms and stuff like that, I would rather honestly run into like a pack of coyotes, I think. So true. I don't like them, man. How many coyotes do you think you could take? Honestly, there are some coyotes in Vancouver. I don't know if they hunt in packs. I will tell you straight up, I'm not going out to coyotes. Wolves, that's a different story. Like, you can get taken down by a wolf or a pack of wolves, obviously. And I don't think you have to feel bad about that. But like a single coyote, there's no shot the coyote's getting me. All the posters around Vancouver that are like what to do if there's a coyote around is like, well, make sure your kids aren't alone. Are you with your kids? All right, then fucking enjoy your picnic at this park. You're gonna be fine. Don't even worry about it. Now bears, they're like, I didn't realize how crazy bear prevention is. I'm insane, I'm amazing. When you go camping, they're like, literally, if you eat food in your campsite, the bear will smell it even after you put the food away. So while you're here on the campsite, please do not consume food. Don't consume carbon. Don't even think about what a ham sandwich would taste like while you're out here. You want s'mores? No shot, bro. There's no s'mores, okay? I actually, this year, when we went camping, I had a great time. But I will say, I feel like I kind of missed a golden age of camping. Every summer there's wildfires, so you're not allowed to have a campfire. And also, you can't eat food because of the bears. Did you use a camper or a tent? Bro, a tent. He's a city slicker? Well, like, call me crazy. I am a city slicker, sure. So are you. I know that because everybody in chat voted for Bernie Sanders in the primaries twice. Honestly, also, camping is one of the last things around, and you're gonna hate me because I'm speaking the truth here. It's one of the last things around that you're allowed to gatekeep people on, and it's extremely annoying. If someone shows up at Friday Night Magic with like a starter deck, if you say like, oh, nice starter deck, nerd, give me your full art lands, people would be like, that's not cool, okay? That's gatekeeping. We should try to be more accessible in allowing people to get into our hobby. If you're ever like, I went camping, people are like, oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Did you have a tent? That's not camping, that's glamping. Did you have running water? Did you have to boil your own water every day? Did you have to hunt and forage for your own food? That's not camping, that's glamping. You brought a bag of Lay's wavy chips? That's glamping, bro. Here, I'm going to tell you something. If you've never been camping and you are concerned that you're doing it inauthentically, glamping rules. You get all the restorative power of being outside, but you also get to take a shower in the morning when you feel grody, which is beautiful. That being said, the first time, like 5 years ago when we went camping, it was a little glamping. There was running water, but we did sleep in a tent. The second time, this summer, it was not glamping. Even though it was August, or maybe it was July, it was cold as fuck. There was no running water, and every morning I pooped in an outhouse that was fucking covered in flies. Flies buzzing around like my you-know-what while I'm trying to defecate, landing on my face and stuff like that. And I'm a long pooper, man. That's like a half hour for me. That's a half hour experience of like sitting in the hot box. I'm beating the glamping allegations on that one. I wish I was glamping, because to be honest, to have 4 walls and adobe slats would have been nice to not be so freaking cold at night. Now he'll address the half-hour statement. Librarian, I thought you like watched my content. I'm a noted long pooper, and it's not related to fiber. Like, I don't know. With God as my witness, I think what it is now is that I simply, in terms of mass, I eat such a massive quantity of food daily that I have to generate large poops. Yeah, but when you're in an outhouse, well, do you think I was just taking 30-minute poops at home for leisure? Not at all. That's the reason I was annoyed to be taking such long poops in the outhouse is because that's how long they take. I'm not at home just shiny logo, shiny logo, frame break. You know, I'm out here. I'm doing work. Are you pooping the whole time? Usually, it's not fighting. Like, it comes out easily, but usually it's like there's like I sit on the toilet. There's an impetus, then I poop. It's like a chili. It's like there's like 3 alarms. Then after the first poop, which I think is where most people stupidly go, I'm done. I sit there for like another 2 or 3 minutes. And then the second alarm comes out. It's like there was a traffic jam and the oldest poop made it past the chicane. And then there's a second wave that comes in and is like, and then I usually give it like another 5 minutes just to make sure. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm done. And then like right when I'm about to stand up, it's like, no, I'm not. And then there's like another 20% of a poop in there. Like a 20% of an entire bowel movement. And then I go, and then I'm done. That's how it goes for me. But I do also think I probably am eating like 4,000 to 4,500 calories a day right now. So I think it's got to go somewhere, right? No shot. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm eating like a son of a gun, man. Last night I ate dinner. I had gamjatang with a bowl of rice. I'd guess 1,500 max. You don't even know. I had 1.5 thousand calories. I guess, yeah, 1.5 thousand calories before I even start the stream, man. Last night I had dinner. It was gamjatang. It's a pork bone and potato soup. Bowl of rice, some kimchi alongside of it. That was over. I said, give me 3 Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, I support the local community. I keep cash in my man bag just in case I could buy a little lemonade stand, little Girl Scout cookies, whatever. That wasn't enough. I said, okay, quick little bowl of rainbow sherbet, okay? That wasn't enough. I said, you know what? Why don't you give me, I got some cheese that I already sliced in the fridge. I got some crackers. Let's have some cheese and crackers. Had some cheese and crackers. After that, I said, you know what? That isn't enough. I got a bag of Fuji apples. I had a Fuji apple. I said, that isn't enough. I got this weird red plum fruit. It's like I've never seen it before from Hanam Supermarket. I said, give me one of those. Can't even remember. I think I had even, and this was just after dinner. This is dinner and after. For lunch, I had 3 pieces of leftover focaccia, like half of a small pizza that was left over in the fridge, a protein bar, another Fuji apple. Like, it never ends, man. It just, nom, 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 nom. I be almond and I be nomin, I'm telling you. How does he keep eating? It's the damn blame Sam Yo. Here's the thing, when I'm on the bike, I'm like, wow, it's so nice to have such a good battery. Everybody else coming out, you know, riding hard, sticking with me. And then 10 minutes into the ride, they're like, and I'm like, ka-dunk, ka-dunk. It just keeps going and going and going. But then when you got to refill the battery, you got to plug that son of a bitch in for a long time. Workouts are like 7% of your daily calories being burned. Goggy, shut up. 2 hours of cycling, 32 kilometers an hour. Why don't you Google that? Why don't you put that into a metabolic calculator? It's 1,200 to 1,500 calories. If that's 7% of what you're burning daily, your ass has like a adamantium tritium reactor in your heart like Dr. Octopus. It's always goggy. I'm not talking about a 30-minute walk while you listen to the Sylph Road podcast, okay? I'm talking, this is serious cardiovascular exercise. Puckdoku, just for that, you're getting Puckdoku. Dallas and Boston. Tyler Seguin, you genius. Dallas, 30-plus goals in a single season. Jason Robertson, former Kingston Frontenac. I got to talk about this one. Surely Dallas has sent someone to Phoenix at some point. I got to think about that one. Los Angeles and Boston. Los Angeles, 30 goals in a single season. I mean, there's any number of options there. Let's go with little guy, maybe you've heard of him. His name is Wayne Gretzky. Apparently Wayne Gretzky has done that. 30-plus assists in a single season and 30-plus goals in a single season. This might surprise you. Wayne Gretzky. How about Elias Pettersson? You always got to give him a chance. Oh! I knew it. Boston, 30-plus assists in a single season. There's a million options here. Let me get a Mark Savard on that one. Phoenix, 30-plus assists in a single season. That's going to be a Clayton Keller. And then 4 teams I don't watch. This one should be easy enough. I just decided, fuck it. This is where you go, Mario. Frank Mario. Okay, let me see here. Max Domi, Jeremy Roenick, Milan Lucic should have been the gimme. Oh, man. You said you'll put Brett Hull every time you get a chance? Oh, he's a Coyote and a Dallas Star. Oh. You're so right. April 22nd, 2016. Walt Disney, 2016. April 2016. Genre, not animated. That's surprising to me. It must be a Marvel film. Actor 1, Neil Sethi. Universal, open to 19 milli. Actor, Chris Hemsworth. 2016 Universal, Chris Hemsworth. Ghostbusters. Chris Hemsworth. Rush, is this Rush? Actor 2, Charlize Theron. Genre, action, adventure, drama. Tagline, the story before Snow White. Ah, the Huntsman Winter's War, of course, of course. Warner Brothers, 35 million. It's a comedy drama starring Ice Cube. Also stars Cedric the Entertainer. Everybody. Barbershop 3. Barbershop, the next cut. Yay! Wow. This weekend, you may just want to stay home at the multiplex. Walt Disney said 300 milli. It's an animated film. Tagline, welcome to the urban jungle. That's Zootopia. I have advice for you, okay? I saw Zootopia in theaters. It's a totally fine movie. Here's what I'm going to say to you. If I could go back in time, there's lots of things I would change. One thing I would do is I would not willfully watch a G-rated movie in the movie theater knowing that I would have a kid eventually. I would never waste a movie ticket on something that I was definitely going to see 25 times after my daughter was born. Now, I would probably rather see Zootopia twice than see Zootopia once and then The Huntsman Winter's War. That being, I'm just saying. How many times have you heard the Shakira song? About 1 million. Try everything. I woke up tonight, I messed up tonight. I had another fight, I lost myself again. I won't give up, but I won't give in till I reach the, and then I start again. I want to believe, I want to try everything. I want to try even though I could fail. I know it, yeah, of course I know it. I should have been seeing Ari Aster movies. Why was I at the movie theater watching Zootopia and Inside Out and The Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4? Should have been watching Bone Tomahawk or some shit like that. I can't watch that at all. Try watching a G-rated movie or something like that. All of a sudden, somebody says, damn, I got to turn it off because I don't want my daughter to be influenced. Universal tagline, watch your assets. This is probably pretty good. Starring Melissa McCarthy. This is a classic. This is Identity Thief. This is Kristen Bell, Melissa McCarthy. Let's go reveal all hints on this one. A titan of industry is sent to prison after she's caught for insider trading. I know this. I don't remember what it's called. Isn't this called like The Fabulous Life of Mrs. The Strange Vice of Miss Ward? It's the Boss. You're right. It's called The Boss. I don't know it. Just give me this one. The legend will never be the same. It's The Jungle Book. That makes sense. Director would have been a big help on that one. And I'll give up on this one. It's The Boss. 27th percentile. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. This is Jude Law, Angelina Jolie. Princess Forest Spirit, Studio Ghibli. Oh, no, wait, there might be a Porco Rosso. There's a Porco Rosso here as well, perhaps. Studio, Princess, Forest, Spirit. Porco Rosso. Curse. He's cursed to be a freaking pig, bro. Let me think about this for a second. Captain Spirit is a video game. Thus, Sam Mendes, Princess Castle Curse just makes sense. Beast. This is Beauty and the Beast. I'm stupid. It's pissing me off, honestly, because all these things are in Beauty and the Beast. Oh, you're right. Belle's not a princess. Hang on. Sky, Fall, Sam Mendes. M. Studio Ghibli Sky Pirates. Spirit Fall. Is this a video game? It sounds like a video game, just like Captain Spirit. Forest. Princess. Beast. Three swaps remain. We got 4. This is Captain Phillips. This is Beauty of the Beast. This is Skyfall. This is Castles in the Sky. It's not Porco Rosso. This is penance for saying Spirited Away isn't cinema. I'm saying this with all due respect, and I think you're joking as well. It was a joke. The reason you know it was a joke is right after I said animation isn't cinema, I said, now, is it in my top 10 movies of all time? Yes. That being said, is it as cinematic as something like 40 Days and 40 Nights? No. I am joking, Lamau? Sure you are. Well, it doesn't matter either way because you spelled penance, P-E-N-N. And it's actually only got one N. So you lost the argument either way. Sorry. Oh, I didn't pick out your subtext? I didn't pick out your tone online? Sorry to say, Dr. Manhattan style, you made a spelling error. All right, but now people are spelling it P-E-N-N-A-N-T-S. I'm cooked. You're not good. We'll come back from this. Don't worry. Studio Ghibli is cinema. Shark Tale is not cinema. Sorry. I forgot that I was going to tell you earlier, but I didn't. I will not be live tomorrow. My parents are coming to visit Vancouver from across the frozen north. I'm going to take my daughter out of daycare for the day, spend some time with my family. I'm working from home tomorrow. Mouth will be live playing Baldur's Gate or something. But I just wanted you to know you can't get away with the same kind of stuff in Mouth's chat that you can get away with in my chat, okay? If you start coming, if Mouth starts talking about, oh, I made a grilled cheese yesterday, and then everyone said, what kind of cheese? Oh, Gruyere, that's not a real cheese. Oh, you mean, people in Canada when they eat a Swiss cheese? Oh, this cheese is so Swiss. I love Swiss cheese. He's gonna hit you with one of these. He's gonna hit you with one of those and cut you off. Okay, I'll go to Squeaks. All right, well, then you could probably get away with it in Squeaks' chat for sure. If you go to Squeaks' chat, you'll probably get modded for saying that. They'll be like, holy cow, this is the best behaved person in here. Squeaks even bullies himself in the title. I got to be careful what I say. He might react to it. He might jack my content and react to it. Ever going to get Squeaks in a Jackbox lobby? There's no disrespect to Squeaks. We can't even get people I talk to like 3 times a week to get in a Jackbox lobby. I can't even get like 4 people I know out of 25 people I know that do this job to get in the Jackbox lobby. Look at this, I'm becoming a normal streamer. My ass playing Lies of P, a Pinocchio-themed Souls-like. Okay, I'm sending you to my wife's stream. Enjoy yourself. I'll be back on Thursday for some gaming. See ya. Bye.
Hello. No, you scared me. Why would you wear a hood and then a hat on top of hood? What the heck? What is that look? That's a weird look.
You put the hood up and then you put the hat on top of the hood.
Yeah, why would you do that?
If you put the hood on top of the hat, it hurts my head.
Then don't wear the hat. Yeah, just wear the hood.
Hoodie no hat is great. As a bald man, you can't do that.
Why not? That look is so stupid. If you go outside like that, people will laugh at you. You're wearing your hat on top of hood.
How about this?
No, just wear a hood. No, you're still wearing a hat on top of the hood. How does that make any better?
It's gangster.
No, it's not. You should look at yourself in the mirror.
She's ruthless.
I told you many times. I try to sound nice.
See, look, someone said hat on hood is goated.
Who said that?
Rob Paulson.
I have never seen that person in my chat.
Which goo
He's
would
planted.
you like?
He's
would you
planted.
Like Resonance Formation Outsider or Resonance Formation the Doubtful Fourfold Root?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do they. 10 blessings of nihility have been obtained. Respective resonance formation.
Why are you trying to make fun of this game again? Is that your daily duty?
Whatever happened to pick a card?
It's a freaking good game. If you make more fun of it, I'm gonna use your card and I'm gonna gacha this thing crazy.
The heck is this?
You never played this game. Why are you trying to analyze it?
It's like Darkest Dungeon.
This?
Yeah.
No, it's like the card game that you like.
It's like Slay the Spire?
Yeah. It's like the Slay the Spire mode. Are you jealous?
I guess.
You should be.
Oh, it's like snap, keep, emotional decluttering.
What does that mean?
That was the blessing you took.
You read things like that? You don't just look at the icon and pick?
Immediately turn all occurrences into blank occurrences.
I don't read stuff. I didn't know you're such a reader. I'm not a reader.
Is that my mistake? Because I always read things that the game puts on the screen, and then I go, this doesn't make any sense.
That's why I don't read. It makes no sense, so I don't read.
Like, what the hell is propagation wing flap? Juvenile sting.
That's just their name. Don't make fun of their name.
What is happening? Oh my, this is crazy.
Oh my god, what's your problem?
What is happening?
If you do that to Luna when she grows up, I'm gonna ban you from this household.
This is crazy.
You are so bad.
You summon the dragon.
So bad. He did not summon the dragon. He is the dragon. Do you even know? You don't even know.
This is crazy.
It's not crazy.
Diagnostic kick.
Where do you read that kind of stuff? I don't even see that on screen. Oh my god! You're embarrassing me. Go away.
Crazy.
Oh my, why are you still here and saying it's crazy? Please, oh my gosh. You're so bad. Is he gone? Is he gone? Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Oh my god.
Did they ever like attack back?
No, I'm strong. I like stacked so they're all dead before they can. Look at that baby.
It's crazy to think this is how my dad felt watching me play.
Oh my god.
Mario. He's like, whoa, what's that guy doing? He's jumping? Oh, you could jump on top of the mushrooms too.
You're so old. Huh? You're so old. This game just came out.
Oh, you
man.
can grab the turtle shell.
I have to read. Stop
you
talking
can
to
grab
me.
the turtle shell now?
Oh my god. He's truly a father. I don't know why he's hating on this game. Does he do this with your waifus too? No, he's usually hands off. I just don't know why he has a specific hate on this game. When I play Mahjong, he leaves me be. When I play any other game, he just leaves me be. But when I play this game, he's like, oh man, what is that? Look at that. Even when I'm not streaming, he goes like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I cannot play this game in front of him. It's not that I play this game in front of him. He would just be in front of me when I'm playing this game. And he would just be like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Is that okay? Whoa! It's so annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why. Who did this game hurt him personally? Yeah, it's like he secretly wants to play, but he's too embarrassed to admit it. So he's just watching me playing, and then he's just like, whoa, whoa, what's that? Whoa, look at those lights, whoa. Even yesterday, he's like, oh, dude, I just got Jade. What does that mean? I just got a bunch of Jades by watching Kate play this game. Whoa.
Yeah, well, we're not the same, are we? Because my favorite commercial is, let's pretend we don't exist. Let's go to Outback tonight. I dream of bloke-sized lagers. Let's forget we ordered blooming onions now. Let's order 2 appetizers. I'll get the bloke-sized cactus fries, you'll get the bloomin' onion burger. Let's pretend we don't exist. Let's go to Outback tonight.